Hey, what's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Trading Futures Live, where we trade futures live in front of the camera every single day. Pre-market analysis for Friday, August 26th, 2022. Let's jump right in. In the news today, we already had core PCE price index month over month. Came in, that's good news for inflation. It came in red because this is specific to currency. But this means that the Fed can potentially be a little bit more dovish, lowering interest rates, increasing the money supply, and therefore decreasing the value of the dollar. That's why this shows as a red number. But as far as inflation, it is a good number. And it is the main number that it's the Fed's primary inflation measure. Right, it's not a CPI that we see a ton of movement on. It is PCE, price index, that the Fed really uses to determine their interest rates. So we already had that news. There was a pop, but the markets are, well, they're starting to follow through now. There was an initial pop and it pulled back. Looks like the Dow's pushing through. The Russell's at yesterday's highs. It did break yesterday's high, so pushing through. NQ is not. It pushed to the highs, but stopped right there, but it's right back at it right now, trying to break through. And the ES breaking through. So, it is somewhat bullish news if the Fed is dovish, or going to be more dovish because inflation is starting to come down. That could again increase the money supply, lowering interest rates, and send the stock market back to all-time highs. Who knows? We do have the Fed Chair Powell speaking at 10 a.m., so we're going to want to be well aware of that, and get a sentiment from him for the future. So we may even pull that up live during the live session. Did CNBC finally make an adjustment? They haven't put anything. Here we go. Fed's preferred inflation measure shows pressures eased in July. I mean, gas prices are down quite a bit, so. All right, so if we take a look at the markets in the overnight, we had the pop and pullback from the news, but we're pushing back through. Everything is at highs now. Ooh, I almost want to and need to get into this at this point. So we're going to wait for a retest. So it's breaking the highs. I'm going to see if maybe we get a retest to get into this. So all four major indexes are above yesterday's highs. They're above the overnight high. They're above everything. The dollar pushing down, right? Because that PCE is dovish, and so they're expecting probably that the Fed maybe won't raise interest rates 0.75, 75 basis points. Maybe it'll drop to 50, maybe it'll even drop to a quarter. That increases the money supply, makes the dollar less valuable, but puts more money out there so that people can buy more stocks. And so there we go. With that, the VIX is dropping, dollar dropping, so all this is aligned. Let's go ahead and take a look at the charts. We've got the ES on the weekly here. Did not break this trend line, still bearish on this time frame. Did get a little bit of a pullback back into this level that we are breaking out of as we speak. And so we'll see, is this the pullback to continue going longer? I will not be bullish until it breaks this trend line, though, on this time frame. Right, and really breaks this high as confirmation that, right, this was the pullback to continue going up to the next level. So until then, on this time frame, I am bearish, although today I'm definitely not bearish, but on a much higher time frame, still we've got a high, we've got a lower high and lower lows, and so we need to see, is this going to be the new low, so that we have a higher low? But I needed to break this high to really get confirmation on that. If we go to the daily, got a few levels marked out here. Really, this is the main level that it's leaving right now. Consolidated here for a few days, or a few weeks almost. Consolidated here for a few weeks. It was previous support. Support then became resistance here. Resistance hesitated here before finally breaking through. But we did hit the 200 SMA, pull back to it, and now we are breaking back out. Certainly plenty of room to run today because the overnight was a very tiny range, and we are off to the races, it almost seems like. Yeah, on the 15-minute, we most certainly... Oh, that's the 60. Let me swap that real quick. So on this time frame, I am bullish today. I'm neutral bullish, but certainly bullish. We're above yesterday's highs. So we can definitely, we're breaking out of this level. We can certainly push back up into this level today in just one day in a nice long Friday move. So then again, if we go and take a look at the 1 hour, this 1 hour candle is crushing it right now, smoking through. It's really just the first 15-minute of this hour, and it is quite the 15-minute candle. We do have a level here that it's in, but it looks like it wants to break through. And if it breaks through there, we don't have much other than this gap. We've got a gap here from Monday. All right, we dropped on Friday. We dropped on Monday. We went sideways for 2 days. Yesterday, we broke out of that range, and today we're pushing even further out of that range. And so I've got a little gap there, but after that, really, I could see us going all the way back up to here. So we shall see. We shall see. We already... with this move, with this breakout, I mean, I was potentially waiting for a breakout of these highs here. My level is really there. These were actually my levels from yesterday still. But we're breaking out of there, so I'm going to need to see some type of pullback to be able to get in long. Might not get it. And I don't know that I'm going to be able to chase this price, so I may need to look on another chart to maybe take a trade. But everything is to the moon right now. Do have this trend channel that formed yesterday. That's right where the high stopped at. Basically, yesterday I actually drew this before this run yesterday. But that's right where it stopped. We'll see maybe if that's where at least it hesitates and gives us some sort of pullback into this level to try and get long today. That's might be the game plan. To not chase this. We're going to have Powell speaking at 10, so we're going to need to give that 15, 20, maybe 30 minutes, kind of figure itself out. Maybe that news gives us the pullback into here to really get long. And so that's going to kind of be my if-then statement since we're already above here. I mean, it really depends on where we open up if we pull back between now and the open, but if we pull back, I'll try and get long. If it breaks back below and then starts to hesitate and show signs of weakness, we'll get short. But we're back above this trend line now. So more so I'm looking for a retest of the trend line to try and get long. We're certainly in a 3-day bullish pattern here. On my lower time frame, we're certainly bullish over the last few days. And if we go back to and so that's going to be my two if-then statements for the moment. I'm not even going to mark out these lows yet. I mean, yeah, if we break below the lows at this point, I would potentially be short, but I'd potentially even be looking more so for a reversal if it comes back down to these lows. I would need to see a strong push out before I were to get short. So for the moment on this, because of this move in the last 15 minutes, breaking the highs of yesterday and the overnight, need to wait for a pullback to get long. Or if it breaks back below this level, back below like the overnight, starts to show signs of weakness, retests, pushes back down, I'll be short. I do have some NQ marked up today. We do have a trend line here on the NQ. This is the weekly that it did break and is retesting and rejecting off of it right now. So with this push, so we're much more bullish on the NQ than we are the ES on this time frame. But really the same thing. I need to see it break this high for me to reverse trend. We still have higher or lower highs and lower lows. The question is this going to be the new low as the higher low? And then if we break that high, right, I'd be bullish up to these highs here on the weekly, right? Let's say to there. So we're in this level right now. And then we most certainly have these lows. All right, so those are, on the weekly, those are going to be the 3 levels right now. And we broke out of this one, but we're retesting. Do we shoot back out of there to confirm bullishness on this time frame? If we take a look at the daily, it's same thing. We pulled back into this level, but are breaking back out. This trend line is essentially the same trend line as on the weekly. It did break back below, but you'll see we're pushing back out, and I'm going to want to see where this closes. Especially going to want to see how this week closes. Do we close bullish above this trend line? And so I can maybe expect a more bullish move next week. And so that's going to be a good question for today, is where do we close there? But on this daily, you'll see rejection. We're getting rejected out of this level again. So this support is holding pretty well. It was previous resistance. And so 1300. We're above 1300. And really, if we stay above yesterday's highs, I most certainly want to be long in this. I think I have the 60-minute marked out as well. And yeah, we have some pretty decent support level here that we're getting rejected off of, and we're holding above yesterday's highs. So really, the line for me right now is yesterday's high, 13,160-ish. Let's get a better look. Basically the low of this zone here, but yesterday's highs, if we pull back, stay above yesterday's highs, I'm going to want to try and get long, but we're going to need to wait for, potentially wait for the 10 o'clock news, because this has already given a nice push out. I can certainly see this market just chopping around for the next 45 minutes until Powell speaks, right? I would not expect this to keep running before his statement. So that's going to be what we're taking a look at. Again, I've just got 2 if-then scenarios on the ES right now, but we'll catch you guys in about 10 minutes. Thanks for watching, and we'll be live in about 10 minutes. Thanks.